Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a full face of luxury beauty. I've got some Prada, we've got some YSL, we have Giorgio Armani, we've got Gucci beauty. So we're putting this all to the test. We're going to do a full face and I'm going to tell you if it's worth your money. So I'm going to start off with priming with the Giorgio Armani hydrating primer. This is the Luminous Silk Primer. Now I've used quite a few of these products, but some of them I haven't. Giorgio Armani I've used before. I actually really like this. Could you find a cheaper alternative? I think you could, however I haven't found anything that feels quite as the same as this. Definitely got like a gel like texture and it leaves the skin really smooth on top, but it doesn't leave like a sticky feeling. So if you like those like sticky primers, it's definitely not one of those. But I do feel with this you get the smoothing like benefits without that silicone-y drying feeling, which is a bonus for me because I'm not really a fan of like a heavy silicone-y feeling. I like it to feel as lightweight as possible. So for brows we are using a Valentino Beauty. This is the brow trio. So at one end you have a spoolie, the other end you have a, what do you call it, a brush tip. I love brush tips for brows as long as they can get the shade of the color right. These work amazingly. And then also like when you look halfway down there's another little bit, pull that and then you get a pencil inside. Now I've used this a few times, hence why it's like a little bit crumbly. What do I think of this though? Now I like that the nib is still like quite straight rather than round. It does allow you to get a little bit more of like a hair stroke, which I love for my brows. For me, I just like a really thin pencil, you know, like the really small thin ones. That's what I tend to get on with the most. The texture of this is a little bit waxy and I do like that in a pencil, but just for the sheer fact that you get so many products in one with this, I think this is definitely for me a 100% buy because I feel like you have so many different ways to do your brows with this. Sometimes I like to switch up my brows depending on the makeup that I'm doing, so this fits in really well. If I want like a little bit more of a structured brow, I can use the pen. If I want it to be softer, I'll use the pencil. You've got the spoolie on the end as well, so you get the best of both worlds with this. So next is brow set. This is not a luxury makeup item, this is just a Benefits 24-hour brow setter. This is something that I just get on with all the time. I'm toying between this and the brow wax though at the moment. I think I'm starting to like is it the brow fluff wax from Benefit? I feel like that's starting to become a favorite of mine, but this is something that I've been using for years and years. I've gone through so many of these. Okay, so for this one I'm super excited. This is Gucci Beauty. I've been saving this just because I really wanted to give you a first impression. So this is the shade 340 Warm. I did do like a shade match for this. This was gifted and I'm really surprised that I think I got my shade right. So let's give it a pump. I don't really know too much about this foundation. While it's coming out on the back of my hand, it feels, well, it looks light, but it does feel like it might be like about a medium type coverage. But let's just see, let's put it on. It looks a little bit yellowy for me. However, sometimes when I put things on, it will work. So let's just try it. So I've got some on my brush. And to be fair, it's a bit warm, but once you start to blend it out, I think it's okay. Straight away I can tell this is going to be something that I really enjoy to wear because this actually has like a really lightweight feeling on the skin. It feels quite hydrating almost, but it actually is like really pigmented, so like you can see that it gives you like an instant coverage, but it still looks like skin, which is what I love when it comes to a foundation. Arguably I think this will be definitely good for me when it gets to like spring, summer and there's a little bit more color in my face. But ultimately I actually really like the finish of this. This is really nice, but I actually want to check the price because I don't know how much Gucci Beauty even retails for, so this will be an interesting one to try out because I just think that with foundation, there's a lot of foundation out there. There's drugstore, there's like that mid price point in that high street, and then obviously you've got luxury like this. And even though this does look amazing, it feels amazing and it's sitting really nicely, I think you probably can find something that does something similar that's probably cheaper. So give me one sec. So this is it finished. I'm gonna come up really close so you guys can actually see the skin. I feel like on my nose, this is sitting a bit weird, and actually as it's staying on my skin, I feel like it's starting to dry down and it's a little bit more of a matte finish, which I wasn't anticipating, but hopefully we can sort out the shading a little bit more with the concealer. So I just checked out Gucci Beauty and it retails at £47, which for me is a bit high. Like, I reckon you can find something along that like high street price point of like £30 to £35 that would do something very, very similar to this. But it does say it is an luminous matte, which I can really see. Like, it doesn't look flat, but it is mattifying on my skin as I'm sitting here. It's giving me that like eggshell vibe, which I love when it comes to foundation, but I don't know if I would spend £47 on this, I'm not gonna lie. But it is a nice formula. It is a nice formula. If you've got the money to spend, give it a go. But if you are looking for something to, like, you know, save a couple of pennies on, I would give this one a miss. Okay, so next up is the Gucci Beauty Concealer. This is in the shade medium. That's all I have. I actually have a couple shades. So this is the Gucci Beauty Concealer. I've got a couple shades, as you can see. I tried to pick one that was my skin tone, one that was a little bit lighter for highlight, and then one for contour. So that is what we're gonna do with this. So I have a medium 37 warm. Well, it just says W, so I'm guessing that means warm. And then I've got deep 57 warm, and then I have 35 W medium. So I'm guessing this one's a little bit lighter, I would say. So let's just give it a go and let's just see what we've got here, if I can get them open. Straight away, oh, I just these wands, why do they still make wands like this? Like, the packaging is actually really cute with like the flowers and stuff around here, but like this lip glossy wand packaging, like even for a lip gloss, this is inadequate now. Look how small it is. And that is one of the reasons why, going off topic a little bit, but you know the NARS Creamy Radiance Concealer, I love that concealer so much, but why is the wand so small? Like, I want like a nice fat doe foot that like just makes it smooth when it goes on. Like, I know they probably make it because they're like, oh, like you need a tiny little bit, but I don't know, I like a big doe foot, you know. But anyway, let's go in and let's try this out. So going in with this, what one was this one again? 35 warm. So this one I think is a little bit lighter. I'm going to put the other one on the other side and let's just see, because I don't think there's much in them. Yeah, this one's definitely a little bit darker, but the consistency feels nice. The coverage feels like it's there. It doesn't feel like too thin when I'm applying it. Let's have a look in the mirror. Okay, I mean, it looks good. It's looking good. I mean, I don't know what the coverage is going to say, because I can see that there's like, it does look a bit like, I don't know. I don't want to say watery. I don't want to say that, but it doesn't look as like creamy, but we shall see in a moment. So I'm gonna leave that to set, and I'm gonna go with this. Oh God, I can't open this. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna go with this for contour. I'm gonna go with a little bit because I just don't know if a little bit goes a long way with this, or if you need a little bit more. So we're just gonna go in with a teeny tiny bit, and then we'll go from there. So just going in with a beauty blender underneath the eyes. Let's blend that out, because I let it sit a little bit, so it should have set, well, semi-set anyway. So I can tell this concealer is one of them ones for the girlies that's like, they don't want too much underneath the eyes. Again, it is actually setting really nice. I think the formulas with these are actually beautiful. Whether or not everyone will like this is a different story. I actually think this is very, very similar to the Kosas concealer, in the sense that it, like the type of coverage you get from it, it looks natural, but you still kind of get the brightening effect. But I do think this is actually quite like a matte concealer. Like, I haven't seen a liquid concealer that's like lightweight but then kind of like mattifies a little bit more, which is interesting. Now, I don't know if it's mattifying because it's on top of that foundation and the foundation's mattifying, so therefore what you've put on top of it is kind of like matting with it, or if that is the formula. But even so, like, can you see it on my nose? Like, I took a little bit longer to blend that out and it's kind of dry down, which is surprising. So if it is a matte concealer that's almost like medium-ish coverage that still looks really lightweight, that's really, for me, interesting, because I don't think there's anything really that ticks that specific box at the moment. So onto the contour, and I am right, like, it is mattifying, like it's like setting itself down, which I actually really like. For a contour, this will work so nicely. I think this concealer gets a yes from me. I don't know how much it is. I would go and buy this 100%. Yeah. This gets a yes from me. I think the concealer is definitely worth worth more for me personally than the foundation, because the foundation, I feel like I've seen something like that before. Concealer is really like different, if that makes sense. And I feel like arguably it's harder to find a really good concealer that, like, especially for like matte skin. Yep. I mean, not that you'd want to, but you could definitely get away with not powdering the under eye with this, I think. So if you are one of those natural people that just want the coverage but you don't want to have to put powder on, I think like you could do this without the powder and it feels okay. I'm impressed with the concealer. So we're going back to Armani. This is a setting powder. I wasn't actually gonna set because I don't really think I need to, but we'll just go and dust it over a little bit. This is an illuminating powder, so if you want a matte but you want to give a little bit of like a glow, this is your go-to. As you can see, it's like got a slight sheen to it, but it's matte, doesn't have any glitter particles, which I really love about this. I have used this before. I used this in the shade 7. It's not really an under eye setter. This is like a all over setting powder, or like just to quickly, like, you know, touch up. It will give you a teeny bit of coverage but nothing major. I actually really like this powder. It is a little bit more, again, like on the expensive side because it is one of those luxury items, but it is something that I would buy time and time again because I feel like it just sets my makeup just right, especially if I'm looking for like that natural daytime look. So yeah, this one gets a yes. So moving on to YSL for the eyes. I actually got gifted this really recently, I think like literally like a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, and I've had one of their clutches before, but these are just so nice. Like, it makes you feel like I wish I could just like take it out with me. Like, it could definitely be back. I had a wider one before and I was like, oh, so nice. So this is the colorways. I think this is from their new up and coming collection that's coming out for Christmas, I think. So I was thinking we could just do something really simple with this, which will be really nice. I actually like the formulation of these eyeshadows, but I haven't put them on before. I always swatch them. I never actually put them on. So yeah, let's give it a go. I'm gonna use that Gucci concealer as a bit of an eye base because the normal eye base I would use isn't in the room, and I'm just like, you know, doesn't matter, let's improvise. So let's just use a sponge and blend it out. So we've got a fluffy Morphe brush. I'm gonna go in with that darker like burgundy color. I'm gonna pop that in the I go to say inner corner, I mean the outer corner. I don't know how I feel about this. Well, actually no, it's got a bit of pigment. I thought for a minute while I was looking in the camera, like I was like, where is she? Where has she gone? But yeah, this is really nice. It's actually got like a soft sheen to it. Don't know how I feel about that. I prefer like an array of like matte, like satin colors and like shimmers, rather than a palette that just has like one texture. But she's pretty, she's nice. Is she game changing? Not really, but she's pleasant. Do you know what it is? She's a nice gift. Like, yeah, that's what I will say. She is a beautiful gift. To get gifted something that looks like this, it would make you feel like really special, and it does blend like a dream. I don't know if it's the eyeshadow. Well, it must be a combination of the eyeshadow, but I don't know, maybe I found a little hack with that Gucci concealer. I would say there's a little bit of fallout in the pan, but it doesn't necessarily fall out on the brush, which is a good thing. Don't know how or why it's doing that, but this is nice. It's pleasant. Is it super pigmented? No, but I wouldn't really want a color like this to be super pigmented. And then when I think of YSL looks that they always have like on their campaigns, like it wouldn't be something statement anyway, so I wouldn't actually put my brush in this and think, yeah, I'm getting like the most out of it. But it's pretty, it's subtle. I like the color palette itself in terms of the colors they've paired together in this palette. I think it's pretty. Gonna go in with this lighter shade as a little bit of a transition. I don't really think I need to have a transition with it, to be fair, because it actually blended out so nice. Then to finish off, we're going to go with this one. I'm going to go with my finger. I like fingers for shimmers because I feel like they just press onto the lid a little bit better, and this is my kind of shimmer. Like, I love when you can just see the specks of a glitter but you can't really see the color too much. I think it just complements the eyes really nicely. And then what I'm going to do is with that darker shimmery color, I'm just going to run it between that burgundy and that lighter one, just to kind of like bring it together. It's actually really stunning. I'm here for it, I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I like it, and I like it a lot. This is my style. This is a bit of me. Pop it on. You can apply shimmers with like a wet brush, that works. But I don't know, I think you get a bit more of like a diffused look when you use your fingers. Like, you kind of don't know where the sparkle starts, you don't know where the sparkle ends, and I really like that. I'm just gonna run this underneath, but all in all, would I buy this palette? I would buy this as a gift for someone because I think it's really special. If I had the money just to randomly go buy them, I think I would. I think they make it easy to pick what colours to use together, and I think the colour waves are really, really nice in these. If I was just shopping for something, would I buy it? Probably not, because I think you can find something that would do something very, very similar to this. But if you are struggling with what colours to pair in like the bigger palettes, this does work really, really nicely, and I think it just looks appealing. So yeah, this gets a yes from me if we're giving it as a gift and if we've got the money to splurge. But if not, you can find something and you're just gonna have to use your brain a little bit to pick out the colours in like a bigger palette that would be maybe a bit cheaper. Okay, so we've got mascara on, and last but not least, to finish off the look, we're gonna go in with Prada. Now, I haven't tried these at all. I've been saving these for this video specifically. So this is what the box looks like. I feel like this is gonna be one of those ones like where the packaging is like impeccable. I think these are lips because that's what I've seen everybody showing like on like their videos and stuff. So we have got, oh, okay, fine. So, oh, we have eyeshadow in here. Okay, fine. I didn't know they did eyeshadow. I've actually been avoiding any kind of reviews on this because I was a bit like, I just want to do like a first impressions first. So we have 3 lip products in here. It's so similar to the leather bags that they do. So let's see what these like. I'm so excited. If I'd have known they had eyeshadow, I wouldn't have had eyeshadow on. But let's have a look. We can do some swatches. So this is the eyeshadow palette. I love, love, love. Do you know what? Oh my gosh, these are so similar, like as in like the way that they're like pressed and the color waves. These remind me so much of the YSL one. Like it just look like, just the way that they're pressed, like especially in like their clutch version of this, like the way that they're pressed looks really, really similar, which says to me I think I'm gonna like the formula because I really like the formula in the YSL ones. So you've got this brown at the top, which is really intriguing because I feel like especially on a skin tone like mine, browns can just go like really ashy. So my hand's a bit dirty, but let's go with a swatch just here. So it looks nice. It's a bit warm. It has got like a bit of like a muted undertone. I wish it was a bit more chocolatey, but this is nice. I think this is going to look really good like when it's on the eyes, and I think it's going to blend really nicely as well. We also have this burgundy shade, which is looking a bit pink on camera, and then you've got this one, which is like a nudie kind of color, and then you've got like this one. Oh, that looks amazing. So I swatched them a little bit further down. This one, I think this would look really nice paired with this, just as like a sculpt. And then this one, interesting, because it's coming up really red on my hand. And red's hard to do in an eyeshadow palette, so I don't know. We'd have to play around and see what we get with this. But I really like this shimmer too. But let's move on to the lips, because that's what we're here for. Again, packaging is stunning. We have the shades here. This is a monochrome. Are they all monochrome? Okay, cool. So I think they're all matte, I think. Yeah, they're all hyper matte, so I'm guessing they're like a really almost like that retro kind of like matte kind of color. So we've got flamingo, I think that's how you say it, don't know, and puri, I think. Okay, so this one is like a bright orange, and then we've got this one which is a bright red. Then let's see what color this is. This, again, it's almost like a red, but I think it's got a little bit more of like an orange undertone to it. It's a little bit more muted, whereas like this is throwing off so much blue. This, I feel like this will keep your teeth looking like super white. I'm really tempted to go in with the red. I don't know if it's going to match my eyes. I didn't look at these colors before I created this look. I kind of was just picking out the brands. So let's just try it on. Let's just see. We're here because we want to try it out. It's not necessarily because it was all to match. Well, that was my vibe, but I don't know if it's going to work now. So let's see. So I'm going to go with this one. I am obsessed with the shape. I'm obsessed with the texture. I feel like they really went all out when they created these because they look visually like satisfying, and I haven't even touched it yet. Interesting how it's got the flat tip as well, but I think it'll be really nice and easy to kind of get it into a shape. I need to put a lip liner on though. So I'm going in with MAC Cherry Lip Pencil. I just want to make sure I get a really good shape. Just one thing about a red lip, I love it to be nice and sharp, so this is a must. Okay, so lip liner is on. I'm so excited to put this on. So excited. Okay, let's see. Oh, do you know what? It feels really matte, but it's easy to put on. You remember back in the day, I think it was MAC Ruby Woo, where it was like it felt like your lip was ripping when you was putting it on, and it was so matte, but it was beautiful when it was on, but it was so matte, like that your lips would probably crack if they were a bit too dry. This actually is so comfortable, and you get like a really nice like mattified finish. It doesn't go like satiny. I would probably even powder this down though, but the pigment on it is insane. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I think that, I don't know how much this costs, but if you want like a little bit of luxury and you want to treat yourself, go for one of these lipsticks. I would go for a lipstick any day in terms of like a luxury price point over like anything else, just because lipsticks are not always that expensive. Like in terms of like when you look at like the whole lineup of like a luxury brand, lipsticks tend to be like that middle or like lower, a little bit lower of a price point. You kind of get that like luxury feeling because you get to take it out, you wear it a lot, you know you're gonna get your wear out of it, all that good stuff. So this is, this, yes. I would probably give the eyeshadow palette a pass, unless I haven't seen all the color waves, so maybe it's just this color wave, but I don't know about the eyeshadow palette. But the lip, guys, yes, 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 all day. If you want to treat yourself, you don't mind a little splurge, get one of these. I would love to see the rest of the shades of these. I think this formula in like a really deep mocha espresso-y brown would look stunning. Like, it's giving white teeth. I'm here for it. It feels comfortable. It doesn't feel like it's gonna move around too much, which I'm loving. Yeah, I think this could be my new favorite red. I used to wear red all the time when I go out when I was younger. I haven't picked up a red lipstick in absolutely ages that's matte. Like, I put like a little bit of a gloss on, but I wouldn't pick up anything matte. This has just changed my mind. Love it. Love, love, love. Well, we're at the end of the video now, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see any other videos, let me know. I'm gonna definitely do a couple more different like try on and makeup vids. They'll be coming soon. Obviously, my baby is due very, very soon as well, so we're gonna get some baby content. So yeah, the next makeup video will be pending very shortly. There'll be an intermittence of baby content, but yeah, we will be back. But how beautiful. Oh, I'm really happy with those. I mean, I'd say the only one that I would give a no to would probably be this. Everything else I'm pleasantly surprised about. Pleasantly surprised. And obviously this as well. These two, I think you can find something else. The rest, if you want to treat yourself, I don't think you'd be disappointed. Okay guys, so that is everything. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.